Okay, so here we go. This is me trying to record something in public on the beach. I don't know what I'm doing, but here we are. Alright, let's get the sound check going. 1, 2, 3. I mean, these last few videos that I've been making, I've really been focusing on trying to get out in public, and it's not about getting out in public. It's about facing a fear that I have, which I still have, by the way, which is taking the camera out and filming in a public setting. The public, it's a thing, eh? And suppose we build up all these walls and like, is the camera in focus or not, or is it okay, or we create these walls of just excuses for why we don't do it and why we don't progress. This is probably the millionth time that I've come out to try and record something in a public setting. I've chosen a location today that's slightly less populated, just to help with the nerves of actually doing a recording out in public. Now, I wish I knew exactly what to say to you, because doing something that's so challenging for me, I can't even think of preparing like thoughts or scripts or anything, because the idea of being here, the idea of this discomfort is just so much that I'm paralyzed with anything else. I suppose the whole idea is that we do the things, we're in public and we talk, we get used to doing it. I think the more we get used to doing it, even though it's bad in the beginning, like everything new, it's bad in the beginning, and the more you do it, the more comfortable you get, the more you become yourself, the more you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and in that in itself, you get better, because then you stop being uncomfortable and you get comfortable, and then you get better. So it starts out everything uncomfortable, everything feels wrong, and then you're okay with being uncomfortable and you go like, cool, whatever. And then once you are okay with being uncomfortable, you're no longer uncomfortable, and then you get better, and then you get good. But as for the last few weeks, I've been challenging myself to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's just getting out here. I don't have videos of when I don't make it. I don't document every sort of step that I'm taking to try and get here. But these videos and these conversations hopefully give you some idea of just how challenging it is to actually get out and do these. Now, after a couple of weeks, I must admit that it is a bit easier. Today does feel a bit easier, and I should have probably prepared some thoughts of what I'd like to speak about. But honestly, I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be able to be doing this. It most definitely was a feeling of uncomfortable, but something was slightly different this morning. I felt slightly less uncomfortable, and to be honest, I wasn't really even thinking about the being uncomfortable or being embarrassed or being out in the open in public. What I was thinking about is, can I get this shot? Can I make it look cool? Can I create some emotion with this imagery? That's what I was thinking about. more than how uncomfortable I'm going to be. So in trying to get better at the imagery, the storytelling, I found myself, being immersed in that emotion and forgetting that I was uncomfortable. So, there's a great feeling of being able to do that. I've been out now many times just shooting, just taking some footage, whether I be taking some photos with my actual camera, not just my phone, and whether I be sitting here in a position like this, or standing on the beach, or being somewhere outdoors where there are people around and filming. And so for me, being able to do that today with just a little bit more confidence and a feeling of ease than I have had before feels good. It feels like I've been making progress in my life, and that really is a fantastic feeling. So I'd encourage you to start being uncomfortable. Just no matter how uncomfortable you are, just be okay with being uncomfortable, and then allow yourself to grow into that space. Allow yourself to fill that space, because you're kind of like a seed. You're tiny in the beginning, and it takes time. It takes a bit of nurturing for you to become comfortable. Now, by no means am I super comfortable. There's a cafe right over here with lots of people getting coffee. Fortunately, it's very early in the morning. Maybe the footage looks great. Got the sunrise coming up. So there's not tons of people, but there are people. And it does feel good. And the one thing I know about all of this is that the coffee smells great, and I think I'm going to have a cup. So I want to encourage you to get out there and get comfortable with being just a little bit uncomfortable. My name's Richard. Thank you for joining me here today.